if you are not growing, it's simply because you are not learning. And if you are not learning, it's because you are not using your eyes the way God gave them to you. Haven't you ever observed in the human body that you have one mouth, you have two eyes, you have two ears? You see, if you can use your eyes, your ears, and your mouth in the proportion God gave you, the exact way God gave you, you are going to learn a lot. And if you learn a lot, you're going to grow. A lot of people desire the growth, all right, the success, the result that is beyond, all right, their capacity to learn. And what usually happens is that they find themselves frustrated because they have big dreams, they have big desires, but they just don't know what it takes, all right, to construct the bridge between their reality and their dreams. Now, one thing you need to understand is this: in life, if you allow your eyes, or better still, if you put your eyes to work, you will see a lot of things, you will learn a lot of things, you will observe a lot of things that the average person does not observe. The reason why a lot of things fall through the cracks is because so many people use their mouth more than they use their eyes. You know, Solomon, in the Proverbs, there is a very instructive scripture, all right, that says, "My son, observe my ways." Not "my son, talk about my ways," but he said, observe, pay attention to the things that I do, pay attention to the reason why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. My son, observe my ways. If you are truly my son, you should be observing my ways. That's what that writer of the book of Proverbs was saying. One of the hallmarks of a son is that a son observes the father. A son pays attention to the steps, to the decisions, to the principles that the father is living by. If you are not observing, then you are not the son. My question to you today is, what have you been observing? Or maybe the better question is, are you even observing at all? Are you observing anyone? Are you observing anyone's lifestyle? Are you observing the principles and the practice of anyone? Paul the apostle was saying to his son Timothy, he said, the things you have seen in me, the same do. So it simply means, Timothy, if you are truly my son, there are certain things you must have seen in me. If you see me do those things, there is a reason why I'm doing those things, and you also begin to do those things. Don't wait for me to tell you to do those things. Begin to do those things. Begin to take those steps. Begin to make those decisions. Begin to embrace those principles as your lifestyle. You see, if you're someone given to observation, you will avoid a lot of pitfalls. You will cross a lot of hurdles. You wouldn't have to be told everything over and over again. If you're given to observation, if you use your eyes more than you use your mouth, guess what? You will learn from the rich how to become rich. Through observation, you can learn from the poor how not to be poor. When you observe the decisions of the poor, when you observe the priorities of the poor, when you observe the character of the poor, when you observe the prioritizations of the poor, then you will know if I'm paying attention or if I'm doing things the way the poor, all right, are doing what they are doing, then it's only a matter of time before I end up like them. If you observe the ways of the great, guess what? And you embrace your observation, all right, it's only a matter of time before you also become great. Nothing just happens. People don't just succeed. People don't just fail. People end up becoming the things that they observe over time. And the thing is this, let me tell you this for free: everybody is observing someone. Everyone is paying attention to someone. It's just that most times we do it unconsciously, all right, we're doing it half-heartedly, we're doing it mindlessly. But every day, as long as you wake up, all right, and you interact with your world, you're going to be observing things. How did you learn how to walk as a baby? Nobody told you how to walk. Nobody taught you the principles of walking. Nobody took you through the lectures of the walking 101 classes. No, you observed how adults were walking. You observed how other children were walking, and you began to make attempts to also walk. Who taught you your language, your native dialect? Probably no one. All right, you were just born into the environment. Your parents were speaking the language, all right, your friends were speaking the language, and you learned it automatically. The things you have learned is largely predicated on the things that you're observing. My question to you today is, what are you observing? You may have been observing unconsciously, but from today I want you to be very deliberate. I want you to be conscious of the things that you observe. Don't allow yourself to observe the things you don't want to replicate in your life. You see, one of the greatest privileges of life is to be given the honor to observe the life, all right, to observe behind the scenes of the people whose results you want to have. I don't think there is any privilege as great as that. You see, when people bring you behind the curtains, when they bring you into their world and they give you the privilege of observation, they demystify, in a sense, what they have been able to achieve. And something begins to tell you, if they can do it in my own context, I can also do it. Not exactly what they've done, but if God has taken them from point A to point B, it's only a matter of time. God will also rewrite a good story with my life. So my question to you today is, what are you observing? Are you deliberate in your observation? All right, let your eyes work more than your ears. Let your eyes work more than your mouth. Let your eyes work more than any other thing. Keep paying attention. Keep observing. Observe the rich. Observe the great. Observe the successful. Observe those that have gone ahead of you. Alright, in any area of life where you want to achieve results, keep observing. Observe those who have a successful marriage. Observe those who keep experiencing increase and growth with every passing year. Observe them. What are they doing differently? Alright, what don't they do? What are their priorities? Okay, what principles have they embraced as a lifestyle? Pay attention to these things, and your result is only a matter of time. Will become evident unto all. Have you subscribed to the channel? If you haven't, make sure you do that right now. Click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification by clicking on that bell, and why don't you share this with others? If this has been a blessing to you, share it with someone. Tell as many people as you can about this. This happens every single day. A video drops on this channel every single day by 6:30 a.m. West African time. I want to believe it's been a blessing to you, so why don't you pay it forward and be a blessing to someone else by just simply clicking on that share button? God bless you. Have a great day.